Black women, y'all are entirely too loyal to these black men that do not want you.
Black women are literally the most loyal demographic of people. There is no other group of people on this earth that is more loyal to the race than black women. And our counterparts, which is the black men, is the most disloyal.
This is why I read this book. We are about to dispel this rumor that a lot of black women who hate black men like to say black women are too race loyal to black men, and that's why we don't marry white men, because we're not checking for white men.
Let's rewind the times just a little bit on this so-called loyalty, shall we?
My next guest is ALLEAH. Please welcome ALLEAH to the show. Welcome, ALLEAH. She's here to confront her Aunt Bertha, who has been on our show before. Bertha said that black men are lazy and manipulative. Let's see Bertha in action before we talk to ALLEAH about this. Take a look. Oh, what are you? Aren't you a manager or something? Yeah. You manage people. That means your opinions could stop a black man from getting ahead because you think they will be a bad employee. That's wrong.
And
is
that
discrimination.
my problem?
It is your problem. It's their problem. It's his problem. It's my problem. ALLEAH, what happened after Bertha appeared on the show?
Well, it was very crazy. Me and my family watched the show and friends, and we were very embarrassed by what she had to say about African-American men. And she does not want me dating black men, and I do. And I'm here just to tell her to stop trying to push her views on me because I'm going to continue dating black men.
You're not going to find one group of women that are more loyal to their men than black women are.
What?
And I'm saying that because of my experience, because of what I've observed, but also I've even posted a video on here of a study they conducted, and it showed that black women were the only group of women that were loyal to their men. They were not willing to date outside of their race. Meanwhile, black men went after every other race.
You know what? Let me show y'all something real quick.
I'm just saying that it's an issue. But I'm also saying that I don't think that white men really want to date black women as much as black women want to date white men either. And I love my white wife right here.
Your white wife? Wow. Wow.
I don't deal with black men in general. If I even call on a bill and I hear that it's a black man, I'm hanging up the phone and I'm calling right back, try to get somebody else. I don't want to be prejudiced against black men, but I do realize what it's doing to me, so yes, I want to try to change it.
Any idea that your aunt thought this way?
I had an idea that she thought this way. As I was growing up, she told me, don't date black men. They'll hurt you. Like she said, they're manipulative, they're liars, they don't work, they're not trustworthy.
Hey white boys, I have another question for y'all. So y'all pull up at a stoplight, y'all see me in the mirror doing this, and then I make eye contact with you and I look over. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
So imagine if white men and black women didn't have to wait until they were like 50 and divorced with kids to realize that they're actually a good match. You know, imagine if just people were kind of more open from the beginning, just how even more likely to be in successful marriages a white man and a black woman would be.
I've just found that there are certain traits that I particularly really need in a relationship, and even in a friendship to some degree, I need these traits to be present. And I've just found that from my personal experience, white men tend to exude and exhibit these traits more so than I saw when I was dating within my race. So one thing that I really love about dating outside of my race, and in particular dating white men, is that so many of them have such an adventurous spirit.
So this is actually from the Dating Divide book that just got published in 2021. So for every message black women respond to black men, they respond to white men more.
give a fuck. I don't want these. Let me tell you something, baby. Fuck you niggas. I'll date one of you niggas and I keep two in the chamber.
So
at all times. Fuck you niggas. I don't give a fuck.
So basically what that means, black women's relative likelihood of responding to non-black versus black men. The bars depict the relative likelihood of responding to a message from non-black men compared with black men among black women, adjusted for observed characteristics. The lines depict 95% coincidence intervals. Responding to black men is indicated by odds of 1.0%. Anything above 1.0 shows a greater relative probability of responding to a non-black dater than a black dater. Anything below 1.0 indicates lesser probability of responding. So if you look here, black women tend to respond to white men the most, even more so than black men. So all this stuff and all this talk about black women haven't been checking for white men, it's completely absurd and it's insane and it's a lie. It's a flat out lie.
You keep asking me, did I sleep with this man? I never fucked him. Never. But you know what? Now I am gonna fuck him. What you gonna do about it, bitch?
Well, black man, with friends like this, who needs enemies?
Man, oh man, with friends like the great one, who needs enemies? You know, I could have really went all day with this one. I just had to make compact it and kind of cut it short. You know, I could have went 2 years just putting clips together. You know, I mean, it really is just something to see. And the way that this woman just lies about being loyal all day. It's like, woman, do you not know we got the same internet you got? You know, this is not like back in the days in the 90s before we can see across the globe and you can, that dope women y'all chew. That dope women y'all be choosing. As if we going to taking a space shuttle to another planet, picking them up and bringing them back or something. Or, you know, some type of other dimension and finding these ladies, you know. It's just ridiculous, man. But as you saw, they so loyal, and then you can go back in time and find, you know, clips and shows and whole experiences that these people have been lying the whole time and just hating the brothers and instilling in the young women not to trust them. They do it to this day, you know. And they got the most disgusting thing about this person is the fact that she sits and lies all day about being loyal and like she's the common denominator in every problem. But notice how she's never at fault, but it's always somebody else. It's either racism, the black man, or society. You just gotta love it, man, and I mean that very sarcastically. But shout out to Medium Man for the statistics and the facts and the things that he brings to the table, because it's beautiful. It's like, thanks to him, you don't have to do everything. You just follow up on it, check into it, make sure it's accurate, and that's it. But he's accurate though. Yeah, just the love, right? Just the love, man. Brothers, don't you feel more loved after watching that? Don't you just feel like, man, what are we missing out on? We really missing out on a loyal group of people, man. You know, and then where are the brothers at in the bunch that's vouching for this woman being the most loyal besides Dr. Umar, because they sending him donations to build a school that still don't exist? You see what I'm saying? Where are the why? Notice that there's never any brothers that you could point to that can vouch for this so-called loyalty besides dudes who don't even get along with their mama, pretty much don't even talk to her anymore because of how she treated them when they grew up. And the girls too. What about all these videos that these girls are making about toxic mothers and how the mother, was against them and was jealous of them? What about that? But yet you so loyal. Like, you just a liar. You sit and lie all day as if people can't pull the facts, you know? And then you forget about the what your so-called oppressor did. You forget everything about it. Notice that his slate is this. Bro, shout out to the white man too, man. You can get O'Gag for all I care. Shout out to you, bro. Because with friends like this, who needs enemies? You see what I'm saying? And I got no, man. I saw a white man the other day. It was an old white dude. He was at the workplace with a young chick. I didn't even know she was an adult. That's how young she looked. And she was dressed like one of those girls off Bang Bros, a ghetto guy. That's how she was dressed. I was like, damn, you know what I mean? He was an old white dude, but I guess he had a little money. You see what I'm saying? They known for being sugar babies. This is what they do. And and they also known for criticizing other people. Why is it that you get to run after everybody else, man? But your so-called man is a traitor, or he hate black women, or don't like his mama when he don't want you, or when he want somebody else. So you get to taste the rainbow. But if he try to do it, and see, that's what we're talking about. And it'll be, man, I mean, you like that. You may not be able to understand it, but you can't make it up. That's just the truth of it, bro. But you guys heard, like I heard, the lady is too loyal. She's, she's too legit to quit when it comes to loyalty, and, self-proclaimed, like everything else. And, what can we say? I mean, this is, you see it, I mean, no evidence to show for it, just a bunch of talk, but that's what we're dealing with. Now, the meat of the story is what I really wanted to get into. I just wanted to show some examples, show some examples and back up my talk. But the meat of the story is what I wanted to get into, that Chad Wheeler, and that woman would do anything for him had he not almost tried to kill her. This is what she said. I'm paraphrasing, but I believe it's close to verbatim. You see what I'm saying? This is the thing that I really want to get into. I want you guys to watch this. This is the update on, I believe, his sentencing. And I don't even believe the man got that much time, 7 years or something like that. Almost beat her to death. I mean, I don't know. That boy blessed. I mean, 7 years? I don't know. I mean, look like they took it a little easy on him. But I'm not even going to, add, the beginning and how it happened. I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard that story. If not, you could go check it out. I just wanted to dive right into it and get right into the crust of it, man. This is the update on it. This is, I believe, his sentencing. And the woman who he almost beat to death, the loyal queen, the most loyal, that's the most loyal to the race, besides us disloyal folks, which is the black man. We're going to see her response and how she was able to look into her, damn near killer's eyes and tell him how she felt. And, that's just, take a look at it. But yeah, that was my main objective of today, which was getting into that story. But like I said, I just wanted to show some examples and, just show how this, loyal these people are, and how long it's been, since they've been so loyal to the black man. But let's get into it. I'm not going to hold you no further. Let's jump into the meat of the story, what I actually wanted to show you guys. Let's check it out. Oh man, yeah, and brothers and people, go read that book and get that book, or go look at the Medium Man video where he talks about that book, The Dating Divide, about black women, how they know what white men expect and how they are treated within that relationship, but they ignore that and still promote go get one, date one, and things like that. They already know how they're looked at and everything, bro.
And this is fetish aside, hypersexualization aside.
But you as a black man, you're just horrible and you're just this and that. But they know the situation with dude, even though they know the history, slavery, all that too. And even the Jim Crow and the segregation, they know, I mean, to this day, Flint and poison them with water, the ghettos, but it's still, and they call themselves the most loyal. But anyway, I want to say this real quick. Go look at that book, The Dating Divide, and go just look at Medium Man's video about the whole situation, where he reads, give you an analysis of the book and everything like that on that video. Go check it out, man. These people know exactly what they're doing. Ain't nothing loyal about them. I just had to stick that in. Here it goes, you guys.
She asked the judge to show him no mercy. His family begged for leniency, noting his...
Thank you, Your Honor, for the chance to address Chad after waiting over 3 years.
Years after former Seahawk Chad Wheeler was arrested for assault. Years after ALLEAH Taylor spent months trying to look away from the lasting injuries on her neck, face, and arms. Years after a family began grappling with the violent outburst during a mental health episode.
At that time, he was purely delusional.
Survivor ALLEAH Taylor got her chance to speak.
Chad?
Yeah, baby.
So then when we look at white men, for example, they are at the top of the food chain. and they're comfortable in their position in society. So when they're next to a strong black woman, they don't feel the need to humble her or make her feel, you know, like small or break her down, because they're already comfortable in their position in society. So then when they get next to a strong black woman, they feel like that's their equal, like an alpha being with an alpha, rather than a black man. They feel like they're competing for their power.
Before you tried to kill me, I would have done anything for you. You weren't honest with me, and it almost cost me my life.
And Wheeler, his chance to apologize.
You did not deserve any of this. You are a good and caring woman, and I wish nothing but the best for you.
A jury convicted Wheeler in November for first-degree assault after investigators say he punched, choked, and beat Taylor during a mental health episode. In court, his friends and family argued it was a tragedy born of that illness, one they didn't see it could have been prevented.
I want you to think about how you had access to the best doctors and medications, sleep machines, yet chose to be ungrateful and not use any of it.
The judge considered both the gravity of the crime and Wheeler's diagnosis.
I had scars, as you can see, imprints of your fingers on my neck.
Look at me. Look at me.
My neck.
You did nothing wrong.
He sentenced Wheeler to 81 months with a lifetime no-contact order. Wheeler said he'll get help for bipolar disorder and the effects of CTE.
I promise.
Is reclaiming her life after voicing her pain.
It'll be a cold, cold, cold day in hell before I show you any mercy. And I'll find peace. I will find love again.
And this is why I'm so emotional about it, because so many of our sisters are so lonely, and they don't want to admit it, and all they gotta do is just take a chance, because we don't have the love that we need, and you need to go out and find that one person.
Yeah, there's a lot
that
of
makes you feel good. That one person that you can turn to when you have a bad day. And you don't have to turn to your girlfriends or your mama or somebody. You turn to that one person, he understands and looks in your eye. That's the one you keep, and I don't care what color he is.
Well, I'll be honest, I got a little emotional when I saw that. I'm sure women of all races can relate to feeling lonely at some point in their lives, but black women especially have a unique set of challenges when it comes to meeting, dating, and marrying. So, Tia, you're the relationship expert. Why is it so hard out here for the sisters?
Well, we're dealing with...
Damn, black man. You the one that got it bad, brother. This is what loyalty looks like. So, you guys seen it for yourself. Here were the examples. Yeah, brothers, I don't know whether to pray or just call it quits, you know. But this is what loyalty looks like. Anyway, this has been another undivested version and another anti-swirler's tale. Y'all take it easy, man. Ridiculous. The most loyal. What a fucking joke.